So there's heaps of people out there today that are in this real dilemma. They really, really want to move. They want to buy their dream home. They want to move suburbs. They want to upsize. They want to downsize. But there's nothing on the market and they've got a house that they have to sell. Now, normally you would have just been able to sell and move into a rental, or you'd be able to put your house on the market and something would come up. That's not this market. So what are you going to do? Well, there's three things that you can do. First of all, if you're really serious about wanting to sell and move into your dream home, go secure yourself a rental. Go onto the market and start, applying for rental properties. And when you get your rental property, move into it, get your house looking amazing, put it on the market, and it should sell really quickly, really easily, with as little fuss to you as possible. And then you're in a cash position to go and actually look for your dream home. That means that if you see your dream home, you can put down a really strong offer. The disadvantage to that is that you may have to enter into a 12-month lease and you may have to look at breaking that lease. But in this market, as soon as it goes back up online again for rental, it's going to be taken up by someone really, really fast. So you're in very little danger of being stuck with a rental lease for a long period of time that you have to keep paying out on. So that's actually a really good option for people who want to be able to sell their house with as little fuss as possible and be in a cash position. Number two is if you have a lot of equity in your home, perhaps you've been there for 15 years or something, you've paid a lot down, you're both still working, you can actually look at some sort of bridging finance. Now, bridging finance is a dirty word, it's very expensive and so on, but in this market, houses are moving really quickly. So you can go out, find your dream home, know what you can spend on it, make a great offer, and then put your house on the market, and it should sell really quickly as well. Just make sure that you know the real a competitive value for your home. Get your agent to give you a really competitive price, that's something where it will definitely sell. Of course, you can push the envelope and the boundaries, but you just need the figure to work on when you go out to get your finance. And then just put your house on the market, and look, it is very high possibility that the settlements will coincide and you never actually have to activate your bridging finance. And if you do, it might only be a week or two. But that's another great option for getting into your home if you're in that situation. However, if you're not in that situation where you haven't got that kind of equity in your home and bridging finance isn't an option that's available to you, then you'd be looking at a subject to sale offer. And that's the hardest offer to make in today's market, because everyone else is sitting out there on cash, or they've got really good finance, and there's heaps of them. If you go to a home open in some areas now, there's 50 groups going through. And plenty of them are able to put in an offer straight away. If you do put in a subject to sale offer on another house, there's a very good chance that someone else is going to come in with a cash offer. You're going to be issued a 48-hour clause, and you might have spent a week or two online marketing, doing home opens for nothing. So it's a really hard situation, the subject to sale at the moment, and very few vendors or sellers are willing to entertain those offers, except where it will help them get another better offer. There is an exception, however, and that's apartments. Apartments aren't selling so well. So if your goal is to downsize from a house to an apartment, you actually could put in a subject to sale offer and give yourself 60 days, maybe even ask for a 2 to 4 week period where you can't have a 48-hour clause initiated against you. And there's a pretty good chance that you're going to sell your house super quick and no one's going to come in and beat you in price with the apartment that you want. So there is still a way that you can use a subject to sale offer, and that is if you're downsizing from a house to an apartment, it's going to still work really well in this market most of the time. So they're the three strategies that you can use right now if you're in your home and you have to sell first before you can buy another home. It really is going to come down to what you're looking at buying and how much equity you've got on which of those strategies you want to use. But I really like the first one. Go out and get a rental property. It might take a month, it might take 6 months, But once you've secured it and you've moved all your stuff out, do your house up, make it look amazing, get it online, it will sell really quickly, and you'll be a cash buyer in the next round, which puts you in a fantastic position to get your dream home.